We've been taught as women that by being low maintenance, we are more likable, lovable, and easier to be around. But in reality, it is a performance that is rooted in fear. Fear of taking up space, fear of being who we really are, fear of being rejected for who we really are, fear of being too much, and fear of being left out. In this video, we are going to dismantle that myth and inspire women to own their desires, whether in dating, career, friendships, in any area of life. We're going to talk about how owning your desires and being, I'll say it, high maintenance will actually get you what you want in life, rather than trying to be low maintenance and act like you're just go with the flow and you're a chill girl and you're not too much. Because I was one of those girls all through my early to mid 20s. And I'll tell you what, I never actually got what I wanted. I was always taken advantage of in dating. I was always being like thrown for a loop. And it was honestly because I was trying to be someone that I wasn't. I was trying to be low maintenance and chill and never fully expressed my desires, wants, or needs. Today, we're going to be talking about everything that I've learned from making those mistakes so you don't have to. Hey y'all, welcome back to Reel It In. I'm your host, Reid Cox Phelps, and this is your go-to destination for self-improvement and creating the life you've always desired, all while keeping it real. Before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so you never miss a future episode, and let's get into it. Today, we are going to be discussing probably one of the most important things I think we as women need to grasp, which is that being low maintenance never gets us what we want. Today, we're going to be discussing how we can ask for what we want and also get what we want, while not trying to be low maintenance or playing a part that is not who we authentically are. Okay, if you've ever said, I'm low maintenance or I'm a chill girl just to seem more easygoing, likable, basically just saying it to get someone to like you, then this video is for you. Because somewhere along the way, us women were taught that the more easygoing you are, the more likable you'll be, and the more easy to deal with you will be. But you were not born to shrink your needs. So let's talk about it. The myth of low maintenance. You heard me say it, it's a complete and total myth. It's not real. It is made up by men to make us easier to deal with, and all it does is keep us in a small little box. Somewhere along the way, we started equating low maintenance with being desirable. Society praises women who are easygoing, not just in relationships, but in everything. She's so chill, she doesn't need too much, she's not dramatic. These are framed as compliments, but in reality, they mean she doesn't ask for anything. And I'll tell y'all what, when I was in my 20s, y'all, I never asked a man for anything. I wanted to be so chill, so low maintenance, but that's probably why I was single. I literally wasn't showing up authentically. And then cut to when I started dating my husband at 30, I did not hold back one bit. I allowed myself to be a lot. I allowed myself to ask for everything that I wanted. I allowed myself to be crazy, dramatic. I let everything out. And I'll tell you what, I think that's probably why he fell in love with me, because I was a lot and probably really challenging. But all that to say is I was showing up as my full authentic self. And that, my friends, is the hottest thing you can do. Basically, not being too much comes from the patriarchy's idea of women. Being agreeable, beautiful, self-sufficient, never inconvenient, aka invisible. I mean, we have it in pop culture too, like the cool girl monologue in Gone Girl, the movie Gone Girl, where she talks about, I was the cool girl, I didn't ask for much, I did all this stuff to be the dream girl, and how it literally got her nowhere. Also think of rom-coms, where all the girls, the cool girls, are so effortless. The root is fear. Women learn early, do not be too much, do not create waves, don't be needy. We mistake suppression for strength, performance versus authenticity. We perform low maintenance, but it's not who we really are. It's who we think we need to be in order to be loved. Being chill is often code for anxiety. I'm afraid to ask for what I need, so I'm just gonna be small and not ask for it. I'm afraid to ask for reassurance. I don't want to seem high maintenance. I'll just handle it myself so that I'm not a burden. I don't know about y'all, but I rarely asked anyone for help in my 20s because I was so afraid of being too much or being annoying. I told myself my needs were too much, so I silenced them. But then people start treating you the way you treat yourself. You're the strong one, you're the independent one, you're the easygoing one. You never need anyone's help. And then suddenly, no one's asking you how you're doing because they just assume that you're okay. And we all need to realize that there is a cost for being easygoing, especially as women. Being chill costs you everything you are too afraid to ask for. You end up in romantic relationships where your emotional needs go unmet. You tell yourself you don't need this much, but you do. You keep resentful and quiet, but before you know it, you just explode. Like, I would always date these guys until the 3-month mark when I got tired of playing the perfect part, and then I would start asking for more, and then they'd be like, wait, what? I thought you didn't need much. And that was honestly probably really misleading for the guys I was dating because they thought I didn't need much. They thought I was easygoing. So next thing you know, I'm mad at them for not being a mind reader or for picking up what I'm putting down, which was that I don't need much. So it's also not fair to the people that we're dating when we're trying to be the cool girl because they're taking us at face value and we just have on a mask. You feel unseen, not because people are bad, but because you've trained them not to see you. You also never give people the opportunity to rise to the occasion for you, to show you that you care. And especially men, they want the opportunity to rise to the occasion to show you that they care. And worst of all, at a certain point, you don't even know what you want anymore. When you suppress your needs for long enough, they do get blurry. So when we reframe all of this, we come to realize that asking for what you want is a feminine power. Asking for what you want isn't needy, it's powerful. And most of all, it's extremely magnetic. Clarity is attractive and not in a manipulative way, but in an energetic way. People respond to certainty, not apology. Women have been trained to hint, suggest, manipulate, or just wait for someone to notice us. But it is revolutionary to say, here's what I want. Whether it's, I want a partner who calls me every night, or I want a career leap, or I want to feel special and celebrated. Clarity creates connection. In fact, asking shows self-respect. It says, I know I am worthy of having this. You are not high maintenance for having needs. You are human and your needs deserve to be met, not managed. Okay, now that we've covered all that, I'm sure you're wondering, well, how do I start actually asking for what I need? So here are some practical tips to help you start asking for what you want. Start small and start now, because every time you articulate what you want, you are telling the universe you are ready for more. And you also reclaim a part of yourself. Drop the disclaimers. Don't begin a sentence with, I know this is silly, or I hate to ask this. Drop all of that. We're not disclaiming our needs. We're not disclaiming what we're about to ask for, because when we do that, we just suck all of our power away. Instead, say, here's what I'd love, or what I'd really want is this. Even just the energy of it feels so much better. Next, practice in safe spaces first. Ask your partner for a certain type of affection, or ask a friend to check in more often. You can also ask yourself, what do you want to eat tonight? So by starting with asking people that you already feel safe with, like a friend or a family member or a current partner, it really allows you to build that trust muscle and that safety for asking for what you want with someone that you feel safe with, rather than asking like a boss or someone that you're newly dating. You know what I mean? Next, you're gonna build muscle memory with the small things. You can start by saying your Starbucks order with confidence. You can correct someone when they misunderstand you, or you can set a boundary and hold it. By setting a boundary and then holding it and not wavering it, we really learn self-trust and we strengthen our trust muscle and our ability to not waver. And let's say you set a boundary and then someone tries to cross it. Instead of being like, okay, they can cross this boundary because I don't want to upset them, you're like, no, this is my boundary. Let's all respect this. And before you know it, other people start respecting you too. We also have to reframe the fear. Asking doesn't push people away. It helps the right people for us come closer. Also, let's check in with ourselves about what we want rather than what other people want. In dating, the most important thing you can do is ask yourself on a new date with a person, ask yourself, do I like them? It's not do they like me, it's do I like them. I can't tell y'all how many dates I went on in my 20s, and I didn't even ask myself if I liked the person. I was just like, oh, I hope they like me. That is just low vibrational energy that we are letting go of. It's, do I like them? Do I think that they're interesting? Do I think that they're funny? Do I think we'd be a good match? Not do they like me? And finally, I'm gonna leave y'all with an affirmation. I am not too much. My needs are not a burden. I am allowed to want more. Write that down in your calendar or your journal and just repeat it every day this week. I want us to really start grasping that we are not too much and our desires are, they're our birthright. So if this message actually hit you in the gut and it resonates with you and you actually do feel like you have to shrink and stay small and not ask for your needs to be met, rewatch this video and I want you to take notes of all the ways you can slowly start to move the needle forward in asking for what you want. Remember that you don't have to earn love by being small or easygoing. And what we're really talking about in this video is the importance of being honest. You have to be honest with the people in your life about who you are and what you want if you're gonna get what you want in the end. So that is all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so you never miss a future episode, and I'll see y'all next time.